Oh, it's recording. Wow, I didn't know that. Sorry. Okay. Shalom. I'm trying really hard to do this video for y'all. I'm in my store. It's early in the morning. And I'm just trying to make sure ain't nobody about to come in here. So I'll make this real quick. This video is not about anything in particular except a little bit about me. So we're in these Facebook groups, and all the Facebook groups are about polygyny, and the majority of them that I'm in are black polygyny groups, and I admin a couple of them along with some other people. Anyway, some people are feeling like, you know, I'm one way on camera and then I'm one way in the groups. And I mean, that might be true. But what you have to understand is I am not a one-dimensional figure, and neither are you. There are many sides to me as a person, just like there are many sides to you as a person. And just because you see me in a video being a certain way, or just because you see me online being a certain way, doesn't mean that that is the only thing about me. So I try to be as transparent as I can. I don't necessarily want everybody to know about me personally and who I am in life and how I feel. I'm just not that type of person. I've had the same 3 best friends since 2nd grade. My first best friend, I met her when we were 3. We went to daycare together, and we've been friends ever since. The second one I met in 2nd grade. Through the first best friend, we've been friends ever since. And the third one I actually met in 7th grade, and we are distantly related, and we have been best friends ever since. I've got other friends out there, but these 3, we are the core, the 4 of us. So here we are. Okay. So anyway, me personally, I grew up in Oak Cliff. I don't necessarily sound like people in Oak Cliff. My parents were very pro-black, and I was brought up in a very, I guess, you know, politically aware, socially aware household with an older sister who is 14 years my senior, even though she doesn't look like it. And so there's a lot of things that went on with me as a kid. I was very different than the people that I grew up around. I was picked on quite a bit. Like I said, I don't sound like them, and I don't necessarily like the same things that they like. I am naturally, I guess, a mostly nice person, and niceness is often mistaken for weakness. So me being smiley and wanting to be your friend and wanting to talk to you and wanting to, you know, be friends and play with you, that has always gotten me in a lot of trouble, because I'm just walking around nice and happy and living in my lollipop world with rainbows and unicorns, and other people were not that fortunate. So I was picked on all the time. Now, think about my mom. My mom and my dad are not from here. They are both from small towns, and so they have a kind of a small town mentality. But my mother fought a lot as a kid, because she's very sweet and nice and loving and pleasant and just a lovely personality. And so she was often picked on as well. But homegirl got a temper, and homegirl was fighting all the time in her small town. And everybody who know my mama know that that's true. Now my mom is a Baptist Christian church lady who is very high up in her church, and she just is very a peaceful, loving woman. And you would think that if anybody was going to go to a Christian heaven, it's definitely going to be my mom, because my mom is just like that. She's just amazing. She deserves to get in. Everybody's going to vote for her to get in when they're voting on who's going to get in and who's not going to get in once they see her track record. But even now, if you cross my mom's going to dig up in you, and she's going to feel horrible afterwards that she ever did anything like that. So she just has a lot of guilt on these types of things. So anyway, growing up, being her daughter, being my father's daughter and everything, I got into a lot of fights because they had to teach me that, above all, you're supposed to like sustain your life force and protect yourself above all things. And so I fought a lot. I fought all the time. Anybody who grew up with me knows that. I was always being picked on. I was always having to prove myself. I was always having to prove that I was down for whatever, this, that, and the other, and that I wasn't going to be punked and picked on for being a nice person. So yes, that's my life. So even now, as an adult, watching this guy, making sure you don't come in here because I'm busy. I'm busy talking to y'all. But, even now in life, as an adult, I'm still very nice. I still try to be very loving and compassionate and be all the things that my mother brought me up to be. And I'm still regarded as being very weak because I'm nice. My husband is not necessarily so very nice. He is a very strong personality, and it intimidates a lot of people that thought they were strong, but when they meet my husband, they find out they're not strong at all. And people mistake his strength and think that he's one of these browbeaten gorilla kind of alpha males that aren't really alpha males at all. They think, he running around slapping people and stuff like that. And so they think, well, that particular male, that type of male who thinks he's an alpha male, that type of male has a weak wife and has weak women because he's a brute. But my husband in particular is not that type of man. He is truly an alpha male and he is not a brute. Sorry, somebody was walking by again. I do got to make some money today. So I'm like, either come in or don't come in. Don't come and stare at me while I'm talking to this camera. Anyway, so people often think that that's the type of man he is, and they think that I'm weak until they get into it with me and they find out that, no, I'm not weak at all, okay? And no, I'm not the type to just sit there and allow you to say things about me and say things to me and just let it go. That is not who I am. So, got into fights a lot. Somebody was like, people say things online that they wouldn't say to somebody's face. I totally agree. That totally happens with me personally. I like being on Facebook and things because it allows me to be able to think before I actually say something to somebody. Because in the real world and face-to-face, I really can't think, especially when I'm upset about something. Here comes a kid. Yes, babe. No, please do not go in the exit room. Because we share that hallway with somebody else. Don't go in the exit room. Close the door. Mommy's busy, okay? And see, I got a camera up there, and I can see them in the back room. I got cameras around, security cameras, and I can see them in the back room. So I was just making sure he didn't go in the exit room. He better not. So, I like being online so that I can talk and I can think before I say something to somebody, because I can't get my thoughts together when I'm angry or upset face to face. And, if you think I've been acting a fool online, face to face is something else, I'm liable to just start swinging on people when really we should just be having a conversation. And I kind of can't differentiate between the two when we're face to face. So, yes, there are many sides to me. At the end of the day, I do try to be as peaceful and loving. Like I always tell people, I say it over and over. I say it over and over on the computer. And, it seems like, people don't respect that. Everybody starts out at 100 with me. I love you the moment I meet you. And I do not use other people's thoughts and opinions on you for me to judge my opinion of you. I got to get to know you personally before I make any judgment or declaration or conclusion on who you are and how you are. That is how I've always been. Other people work from the other way. You start out at 0 with them, and you got to work your way up to 100. And I think that's bullshit. I do. I think that's bullshit to be that way it's untrusting. It's not a team. It's not a team effort. I can't dislike you when I don't know you. I don't know anything about you to dislike you. So, and then even after I know you, I'm probably still not going to dislike you until you directly come after me and directly offend me in some kind of way. That's when you start chopping off at that 100%. And that's when you start to have to deal with me on a level of anger and suspicion and distrust, and mainly dislike at the end of the day. So that's for y'all. That's for everybody. I think me and my family, we're going to take a step back from these groups because we're finding that there's a lot of gossip and backbiting and hating, and people aren't even like trying to ask me anything about my life. They're just looking at things that we say and opinions that we have and wanting to judge us and insinuate and think stuff that they haven't even discussed with us. These people don't even know me. Like I keep saying, you don't even know me. You don't know me on the street, you know? Where's the T.I. song? We can just play the T.I. song. You don't know me at all, okay? Nobody does except the 3 best friends, the husband, and to some extent, the potential sister wife. Now, I'm going to go because, like I said, I'm fresh-faced, and I know you see that little thing right there. I peel on, like, super dry on my face because I, took a bath this morning. I didn't put any cream on because, I just didn't because I'm a bum sometimes. So, all right. Y'all, blessings. Shalom. Have a lovely week and a lovely time in your lives, and hopefully I will make another video specific to the topics that we always do. And I'd love to do a video on prepping at some point. So expect a video on prepping and homeschooling and all that awesome stuff that I'm also into, that I like. All right. Peace out.